the fear comes from left side. So the most were the dominated people, few were dominated. This is the reason. Most were the people who were dominated and few were dominating and out of fear. They created fear. So now Sahaja should have no fear. Nobody is going to dominate. Let's come out. No fear of any kind. Alright? That is first theory. We have achieved this much today. No fear of anyone in this world. Even of God. Because He loves you. One should not work anything because you are afraid of me. I hate that idea. No. Because I love you very much. No fear of any kind. In this totality, a world has to be created of people, by the people, who have no fear. This fear has to be. Behind all this nonsensical nervousness is fear. So for that, what she does is to give Abhaydan. Under her protection, you are beyond fear. You are protected. But if you don't want to believe in yourself and you don't believe into her protection, then nobody can help you. Because everything is mythical for you. In every venture that we take up, we should not have any fear because God is with you, is a fact, is the truth. You just try. But when you try through your ego, you fall into the trap of fear. Because when a person who is egoistical tries to dominate others, he sees himself in the mirror and thinks that the other person will dominate. That's how this fear creeps into our minds, and we start getting all kinds of these stupid tantrums out of this mythical fear. The fear is created by our ego. A person who has no ego, he'll have no fear because he has not harmed anyone. Why should you have any fear? And such a man or such a woman will be looked after by God because God takes over. When you surrender your ego to God, He takes over. But those who have ego, He says, all right, go ahead. Use your ego, try to protect yourself, cut your throat. That's what it is. If you believe that God is Almighty and you are connected with God, then why should you have any fear of anything?
मेरा पूर्ण आशीर्वाद आपके साथ। मेरा हृदय, मन, शरीर पूरी समय आप ही की सेवा में संलग्न है। मैं एक पल भी आपसे दूर नहीं। जब भी आप मुझे सिर्फ आंख बंद करके याद कर लें, उसी वक्त मैं पूर्ण शक्ति लेकर के शंख चक्र गदा पद्म गरुड़ लई सिधारे। एक क्षण भी विलंब नहीं लगेगा, लेकिन आपको मेरा होना पड़ेगा। ये जरूरी है। अगर आप मेरे हैं तो एक क्षण भी मुझे नहीं लगेगा मैं आपके पास आ जाऊं। सबको परमात्मा सुखी रखे और सुबुद्धि दे। सन्मति से रहो, सन्मति से रहो।
Love each other, respect each other, respect yourself. And all the time say one mantra within yourself. I am a Sahaja. It says everything about your responsibilities, what are your aspirations, what you are. You are a Sahaja, being reborn by Adi Shakti herself. Now the name of your mother. Is very powerful. You know that is the most powerful name than all other names, the most powerful mantra. But you must know how to take it. With that complete dedication, you have to take that name. Not like any other name. You know that in India, when they take the name of Guru, they fold their ears. They're taking the name of the Guru. Means while taking the name, if I am making any mistakes, please forgive me. It means that. This mantra is a very powerful mantra. Only what you need is the dedication, the dynamite of dedication. Just the name. Which means Nishkalanka, which means Nirmala, which means completely without any mala. What is this mala? Is this Maya? Without any maya, nihi, absolutely. The joy at the Sahasrara is called as Niranand since long, since ancient times called Niranand or Nirmalanand. So many call it as Nirmalanand or Niranand. That joy is the joy that you enjoy even when you get crucified. That joy you enjoy even when you are poisoned. Even on your deathbed, you enjoy that joy. That joy is Niranand. So be prepared for the second phase. You are in the front. It's very little time I need. But I need really people with steadfast wisdom and dedication. Steadfast. Even for a second it should not go this side or that side. Then we can progress faster. We can go ahead, fight the battle. So first of all, you should not have any fear about anything. If you have done nothing wrong, if you are on the right path, you will be always protected. Now remember this, you will be always protected. Remember this and believe in this, that I am always protected. This is something very difficult, because perhaps our mind gives ideas, oh God, what will happen now, what is going to happen, this thing, that. So first and foremost thing, as I said, is to be fearless, to make the goddess express herself. The another thing, a child doesn't have any fear. Child doesn't have any fear. Ganesha has no fear at all. In the same way, you should have no fear at all, no fear. As long as your mother is with you, why should you have any fear? Fear of this, fear of that, I am frightened, I can't do this, I can't do that. That children never do. They'll try everything if you tell them. You should have no fear. I don't know what fear is. In the same way, you should have no fear. No fear of anything. Nothing is going to go wrong with you. But don't do wrong things. If you do wrong things, it will repel. It will work out on you. But don't do wrong things. Be straightforward. And nothing can harm you. Nothing can harm you. We have had so many experiences of this, how everywhere laid down for you, everybody is looking after you. There are so many deities who are working out things for you. But you have to be extremely careful that you do not develop this fear business. Because fear takes you to the left side, and once you go to the left side, the problems of the left side is, first of all, you go against Ganesha. Ganesha is standing at the base of the left. And then you develop cancers, you develop all these things, fear, and emotional problems, and all these things come. In emotions, you should be bubbling with joy. Joy is your emotion. In action, you should be thoughtless. And in assent, you should be surrendered. That's all. It's very simple. Three mantras are very simple for children. They are like that. But there is one point on which one should not be very sure that you have absolutely reached the last truth. You have to be careful on this point very much. I have seen people who go very high in Sahaja Yoga, come up very high, and suddenly they go down very low. It makes me very sad, extremely sad. The reason is that they have no faith. Faith in themselves and faith in Sahaja. This is the faith which is missing. You have to have faith in yourself and faith in Sahaja. Sahaja means there is the divine power. And this all-pervading divine power is looking after us. It is now felt also. You have felt it. It's not that only my saying is there. You have known that it is so. But even knowing that, it has not become such a faith within you. But this is the faith about Christ has talked. This is the faith with an enlightened mind, not the blind faith. And with the blind, you might make mistakes. While with the enlightened one, if you have faith, you become extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. There cannot be any problems if your faith is enlightened. So now, you see in Sahaja Yoga, many people who are very steady, who are upright, who are very valuable. They are like the people who know they are standing on the rocks. But those who are not yet so steady are the people they think they are still dwindling on some sort of a funny waters of this life. The rocks are there, standing on the rocks. And also that has come out of faith, that nothing can disturb us, that faith, nothing can trouble us. As far as Christ is concerned, naturally, he knew everything, so he was sure about it. He never bothered, he never dwindled, he never doubted. He knew that he is the Son of God, and that was the fact that he knew very well. And he never challenged it, he never doubted it, nothing. It is so. And that's why he was standing on the rocks. While the other people, even Sahaja Yogis, have to become like Christ as far as the faith is concerned. This faith is to be understood. This is an enlightened faith. Like Christ, he went into crucifixion, he went into all kinds of things, just because he knew it was just a drama, and he was doing all this just in a drama, playing. and there's nothing serious, nothing is going to matter, and that he is going to resurrect himself. He played a drama. To him, it was nothing very serious. He saw people making fun of him, mocking at him. He also, in his heart, knew everything, that these people who are mocking don't know what I am. But at the same time, he was the embodiment of faith. Faith in himself and in this all-pervading power. This now lets you down. But for that, you have to have absolute faith. Supposing I have someone on whom I have faith. Naturally, I will give him all the work. I will trust everything. I'll keep the keys with him, all the money with him. Never doubt such a person. In the same way, if you have faith, faith in yourself, faith in Sahaja where you are established, you'll be surprised how things will work out, how life will improve, and you will be standing on the rocks, you will feel that way. You'll have no doubts, you'll have no problems, no diseases. So, this is such a state. Only with faith. But now this faith, how do you get? The problem is how to get to this faith. There's no course about it. There's no literature about it. There's no lecture about it. But there is an awakening within you which will ask, this, what am I? This awakening, what am I? What have I achieved? See, this will question. What is it that I have achieved? What have I got out of Sahaja? All these questions will come to you. But if you have faith, not the blind, but the enlightened, which is established by many miracles in life, many things in life, small things you will find there have been miracles, small things. There have been miracles even in big things, in so many things where you never expected this will happen. So now you know very well settled that you are now very nicely in Sahaja. For example, it starts raining. Half of you would get worried about it, why it's raining. But they will know that there's a very beautiful roof, nothing can happen. Let it rain as much as it likes. And then you'll have faith that it is not going to rain. It's not going to drench us. In the same way, this faith within us has to be absolutely solid. And that makes you extremely strong and makes you responsible for the resurrection of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The other day I met one lady. She told me of several miracles in her life, how she was saved. She was about to die, she came across an accident, all kind, but how she was saved. While her husband, he succumbed to all kinds of things. So I said, what do you mean, how it happened? He said, Mother, it's nothing but Shraddha. Shraddha is dedication. Surrendering. Because I am surrendered. But I said, how? That I don't know. I'm just surrendered. I feel so comfortable, so lively, and so much out of fear when I know I am surrendered, completely surrendered to my spirit. And this is what it is we have to learn when we meditate, that we have to surrender. Muhammad Sahib has called Islam means surrender. Though they don't surrender, otherwise you see. But what is it that you must surrender to your global nature, to your higher nature. You hold your breath 3 times and think in your heart that I am the mother of the universe. That's all. This has to be corrected. There's a problem there, that's why. Unless you correct this problem, the attention, not only the attention, but even Kundalini goes there. So you have to correct that thing, which I noticed yesterday. You have a centered heart, but you have come to Sahaja Yoga now, few days back, it will get corrected in no time. Right? You have to put your right hand towards the photograph, left hand here. And you have to hold your breath. All of you can do it. Hold your breath. And say Jagadamba, Jagadamba, Jagadamba. Now you are holding the breath. So how can you say? You have to think. Now leave it. Again hold it once more. Put your left hand, right hand towards me. Good. Now leave it. Again hold it. Now leave it. All right? That's fine. May God bless.